Good morning. It's Amanda from Sofa City Sounds. I hope everybody's doing really well. It's been a while since I've gone live, and I've been, quiet on posting things, and I haven't really been around. And I thought we'd talk about why quickly. Originally, I was supposed to be on the Viz show this morning. Aaron unfortunately woke up sick, much like many people around us right now have this wild virus that's happening. Kind of what started me on my journey for not feeling well and having some issues with my mental health. So I hope she's feeling better, and I hope she doesn't go through it as harshly as I did. One of my daughters has it right now as well, so it's been a little rough. But I thought I'd come online anyway, and I'd pop in and I'd talk about the things that were going on. Um, we uh, we had the show for my birthday and Nick's sober party, February 21st, and shortly after that, the weekend after that, actually, I was at work at the flea market at the Sofa City Sound store, and I started not feeling well almost right away, and I ended up with a really bad fever that kept me in bed for a couple of days. And I don't know how it translated from um, fever to mental health, but over time, over that week, it hit me. It hit me really hard. It was really hard for me to come back mentally. Had a really hard time reaching out to people. Even the people that I talk to every single day, it was a struggle to um, it was a struggle. The message, it felt like the phone was 8,000 pounds, which is something usually we say when it comes to being sober. The phone's not 8,000 pounds. It was difficult to pull out of it. I had a really hard time. I didn't want to get out of bed. Um, I do have mental health issues. I do have ADHD. I do have panic and anxiety. I do have PTSD. Those things are, I was going to say prescribed, they're diagnosed. They're diagnosed. So I do have mental health issues. It's very rare that I fall into depression or anything like that. I think part of that happened because I had gotten so sick, and I am very careful about taking care of my health due to having TTP, which many of you know I have, thrombotic thrombocytopenic purpura. And it's when your blood eats itself. Your antibodies don't recognize the blood cells that are fighting issues with infection and things like that. So my antibodies attack my blood. Well, I haven't had a cold. I haven't been sick, not a sniffle, nothing in 8 years. And that largely took a toll on my mental health, did not help at all because I'd spent so much time taking care of myself. It was really hard for me to accept that I wasn't feeling well, that I was sick, because I don't get sick. Anybody who knows me knows I don't get sick. So that was really hard on my mental health. I've been talking about the future of Sofa City Sounds and how things are going to go with it. We're not going anywhere. We're getting bigger and we're getting better, but because there's only two of us, that means that we have to rearrange the way we do things. Um, I think that played a little bit into my mental health as well. This is going to be our um, for now. For now, we have Mayhem Metal Market. It's not going anywhere. It is expanding. We will be expanding into two more cities next year. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it's in the talks. So we're in Niagara this year, July 18th. We're in Toronto this year, August 22nd. We have a few more shows in between coming up. They will be announced as they happen. We have Bitches Bash happening April 18th. So, ladies, bring your bitches and let's party. But we are going to be going back to the podcasting and heavily pay attention to that. Good morning, Beth. I love you. Um, It's been a day. It's been a morning, so we're talking about it, and I'm glad you're here. So we are still doing Mayhem Metal Market. It's only getting bigger and better, but we are going to be scaling back on shows. We did quite a few last year. We've had some fucking bangers already. But I'm not operating to my fullest potential right now. I do love you so much, Beth. I'm not operating to my fullest potential right now. Uh, Up until this year, we've always had success with shows. And I'm noticing that because I'm trying to do as much as I am, the success is not there like it used to be. And I don't want to do that to the musicians I work with. I know that we all work really hard. You guys work really hard. I work really hard. Um, and it's not fair to any of us when things don't work out the way we anticipate or the way we want to. It's not fair when I'm not putting in the energy and the effort that I believe I'm supposed to be putting in. It's not only not fair to the musicians I work with, but it's not fair to myself. I know how hard I can work. I know what I'm capable of. The music community has seen what Sofa City Sounds does and what we do for musicians and what we do for the scene. And we're having a hard time producing that right now because we have so much on the go. I love doing live shows. I do. I love doing live shows. But I really do love the relationships that I have with everybody, and I don't I don't want to sour those because we're not up to our fullest potential because we don't have the capacity to throw the parties that we want to and that we should be. So Mayhem Metal Market in full force in Niagara Falls, July 18th. Mayhem Metal Market in full force in Toronto, August 22nd. Um, and then podcasting, we're going back to doing the interviews every other Thursday. We will be working at Camp Cataract as well. I have a wonderful relationship with them. Brian and Courtney have been fantastic. Every single show I've ever worked there. We just want to bring you better quality, and that quality hasn't been there. And I'm the first to hold myself accountable for that. Our quality has not been what we normally can show, and we want to make sure that we put that quality on the table. So we are going to make sure that we're doing things properly. We're going to go back to the podcasting, fewer shows, but more time, more energy, more effort, all the more that needs to go into the shows to make them better. It's been hard. It's been very hard because I've been battling going full force with live shows and backing off completely. And I can't back off completely. I love what I do. I love the musicians that I work with. Our community is stronger than it's been in a long time, and I love being a part of that. And I don't want to see I don't want to see it get any. I don't. Sorry, I'm getting a little overwhelmed because originally this was supposed to be a back and forth conversation, and now I'm just talking to the screen in Facebook and YouTube land. I usually have somebody to bounce this stuff back off and talk about mental health and stuff like that. So yeah, we want to bring the quality that we can, that we know we're capable of. So I'm going to take care of myself and my mental health, and I'm going to make sure that I'm back on the ball. We've had a couple incidents this year, which I've never run into before. I've always had 100% streak of being personal and having good relationships and stuff like that. And at the end of August, I decided to make some business decisions that were good for my family and for my work and for my soul. They were good for my business. Some people don't agree with how I did things or what I did, but I think I did the best with what I had. I was competent. I was vocal. I stood my ground. I made sure that Everything that was put on the table was either documented, um, either documented or there was some kind of, um, not evidence isn't the word I'm looking for, but there was some kind of validation that I did the things I was supposed to properly. I've tried to figure out what part I played, I should say, and as vocal as I was, I could have been a little bit more vocal during the things that were happening instead of waiting until they happened and then did something about it. Um, so that is part of what has played a little bit into what's going on. Not to be vague, I made a business decision to not work with somebody anymore, and it was beneficial for Sofa City and for the business. Unfortunately, the person that I worked with did not take it well, which I understand because it's difficult when you don't want to work with people. Um, and we try to keep our relationships as best as possible. um it's where we're at right now, and I want to make sure that everything is on the table. If anybody wants to ask me anything about what I'm talking about, I'm totally here to be transparent about it. um that incident was difficult as well because I'd never dealt with anything like that before. I've dealt with interesting people. um this one was something interesting. It was different to deal with this being, and I wish this person the best. It's just compatibility wise with business and work. It wasn't working for me, and that's okay. I'm allowed to not want to work with people. Um, I wish that my communication had been better, and I have learned from that. I have learned better communication skills because of it. Like we all try to do well at the things that we do, but we all can always do better as well. And I've learned that. I'm still learning that. It's difficult to come on here and say, you know, um, I did play a role. I had a part in it. We all do. We all have parts in everything that happens. We all play roles in things that we go through. Um, it's just trying to figure out where we fit into that role, what part we played, and stuff like that. And as much as communication is key for me, and I try to be vocal and communicate, everybody knows I'm very rare. I keep my mouth shut. If something is bothering me, I say something. But when you're in business with friends, you try to benefit of the doubt through every situation, and that didn't work out to my favor. So I made the decision to continue on my own. Um, it is what it is. I've accepted it. I've moved on, and I'm hoping that accepting it and moving on can help with some of the mental health that it has added to. So that being said, a lot of the reason why I haven't been posting, I haven't been around. Um, I've been having trouble with my mental health. I've been having trouble pulling myself back out from not feeling well. That was really hard on me, having been sick, having the disease that I have. Every time I get sick, it's terrifying, even if, even if it's nothing, because I essentially am allergic to infections. But I also want to live a normal life. Um, a lot of people, see a lot of the things that I do, and the girls and I, we do have a great life. We do. We have a beautiful home. We get to experience things. We have people that love us. We have people that we love very much. But the reality is, at the end of the day, I do live with this disease, and sometimes it makes decisions for me. Sometimes the decisions are made because of the disease, and I don't always get a choice. Um, this last month, I didn't have a choice to get up and do the things I wanted to do. I didn't have a choice. I had to stay on the couch. Um, I'm very lucky that I have the family I do. I'm very lucky I have the children and the man in my house that I do that support me. no matter what I'm going through. Because as hard as it was to get through that illness, they helped, and they gave me the support and the love that I need. We all need it. We all need support and love. Everybody needs somebody to reach out to. Um, no matter how alone I felt going through the things I was not alone, thankfully. I know there are people out there that battle mental health alone on their own. There are millions of us out there that identify with what you're going through. There are millions of us out there that have mental health issues that we deal with. Some of us are on medication, some of us aren't. Some of us have counseling, some of us can't afford counseling. Um, we all cope the best that we can. There's heavy judgment on people that have mental health issues. There's heavy stigma on people that have mental health issues. Um, I don't know why. We all do. We all, in some way, shape, or form, have something going on. Uh, we need compassion. We all need compassion. We all need love. We all need support. And it's already hard as it is. It's already difficult because we're going through the mental health thing. So, you see somebody struggling, ask them how they are, give them a high five, give them a hug. Um, ask them what they need. Sit next to them in silence, just so that their soul knows that they're not alone. We all need each other more than ever. We live in an economy where we're struggling. A lot of us are struggling, and we do all need each other. We all need that support. A lot of us are feeling it. Some of us are 2 and 3 jobs and don't see our kids, and the school system is garbage, and it's a lot. It's a lot for us to handle. I say the school system is garbage. I believe that. Not everybody believes that. Let me correct that before y'all come at me. It's difficult. We're all just trying to fight. We're all just trying to, and it's our best is good enough. A lot of us don't feel like our best is good enough. Your best is good enough. Keep doing your best. I know I'm going to keep doing my best. Um, I know I was really nervous about doing this today, because I haven't been active. Part of what my mental health does to me is, my mental health will tell me that because I'm not feeling well mentally, I shouldn't be posting things I see on Facebook. I shouldn't be keeping up on work and stuff like that. And the reality is, I should be doing that. I should be taking care of myself. And there's a whole bunch of people trying to get through to me right now. I'm sorry for all the noise and the glitches on my Facebook. There's 3 people trying to get through to me, so I'm just going to turn off my sound while I'm talking to you guys. So yeah. So yeah, we all need support. I'm bouncing around a little bit because, like I said, I wasn't expecting to do this on my own. I was supposed to have somebody else that I was talking to, Erin Byzantine from the Viz Show. We were supposed to be on her radio show this morning. She woke up not feeling well, so I'm doing this on my own cam. I'm not sure if you can see that I'm online or not, but I can't answer the phone right now. So yeah, so I just wanted to pop on and talk about mental health. I wanted to talk about everything that was going on with Sofa City. I wanted to talk about my mental health and the things that I'm feeling, so that there was identification there. I believe I was saying that my mental health, kind of makes me feel like I shouldn't be doing certain things. when I'm having a hard time. I think that goes back to my childhood trauma when, you weren't feeling well this morning and you didn't go to school, so you can't go and hang out with your friends, or you can't talk on the phone, or whatever the case may be. Um, that I think that's where it stems from a little bit. Good portion of my mental health stems from my childhood trauma. I try not to blame too much on it because I am an adult that has to function. And I love you too, Jeremy. It's wonderful to see you out here. Um, yeah, we're just talking about mental health, and we're talking about the things that we go through when we have issues with our mental health. Um, I know musicians, a lot of people throw your issues into your music, and I so much love that. A lot of good music is created when we are having a rough time. Uh, yeah, you know, um, don't hesitate to reach out. Don't hesitate to pop in and say hi. I have been having a bit of a hard time with sending messages back. There's quite a few musicians that I have not messaged back yet for work. I know, I know people are waiting on me. It's difficult. Again, back to the phone being 800 pounds. I'm trying. Um, I do get a lot of messages throughout the week with Sofa City. I love that bands reach out to us every single day and want to work with us and want to be on stage on Sofa City bills and Sofa City shows. I can't I can't tell you how grateful I am for that. When I started this, I started because I needed something to do when I was social. To be social when I was sober. Let me say that sentence again. When I started Sofa City Sounds, being somebody who loves music and was getting sober, I needed something to do to be social and still have a life and still be able to maintain being a person and getting sober at the same time. My whole friendship circle drank. Um, my life revolved around music and drinking, and it was the stage and the bar, and I needed something to replace the bar. So when I created Sofa City Sounds, Aaron, it's funny that Aaron was supposed to be the one I was talking to about this morning, because Aaron was in the garage when my publisher and I were talking about it, and Aaron helped come up with the name of Sofa City. Um, she and I actually wanted to throw a party, and we needed a reason. So that's how Sofa City kind of came about. I needed to stay social while being sober, and I wanted to get back out into hanging out with my friends and the scene and stuff like that. And um, it was important for me to do that, and that's how Sofa City started. Was me being sober and Aaron and I hanging out in the garage and wanting to throw a party, and that's where we are. We started writing books, and now we have a production company that does throw shows, and we do travel to different cities and do markets, and we've created a lot of great relationships, and we've met a lot of wonderful people, and we've written some fucking amazing books and parties, and the memories that we've created and the profiles we've written and the interviews that we've done and the things that we've spoken about and the mark that we've left on this industry. um Thanks, Mallory. I really appreciate that. You're right, we are all human and we do all have our limits. It is good to talk about mental health. um there is a stigma with people who have public jobs and do want to talk about their mental health issues. I know it's okay for me to be online talking about how sometimes my fucking brain hates me. And I know it's okay to be talking about this because not enough people talk about it. there's a stigma about talking about it, because, oh, she's got mental health issues. How does she run a business? Oh, she's got mental health issues. How does she maintain this? How does she do? We all have fucking problems. Every one of us has a screw loose. It's just some of us are willing to admit it and put it out there so that others of us don't feel alone. Um, I stand my ground on my sobriety, on the issues I've had in the past with addiction. I stand my ground on the issues I have with mental health, the issues I've had with my physical health. I will talk about it because not enough people do talk about these things. I will put it on the table. Um, I do have PTSD from the things that happened to me in my childhood, um, from my TTP. Uh, Having 2 heart attacks at 35 years old and living in the hospital for a month because you don't know whether you're going to live or die, that fucks you up. And even 8 years later, I'm 8 years with no relapse from TTP. And it still scares me every day that it could happen. And I still remember being in that hospital like it was yesterday. I remember not being able to walk. I remember having grown ass adults change my diapers because I couldn't do it on my own. That shit plays on your brain. That shit plays in your head. Um, I live every day with that. But I also live every fucking day. I live. I wasn't supposed to live, and I do. And I'll be damned if I'm going to be quiet about the mess that's in my head and not be able to live every day after today. I woke up today, and that's a blessing. There's a million 43-year-olds that didn't get to wake up today, and I did. And I'm grateful for that. I can be grateful and I can struggle at the same time. Both of those truths can exist, and it's okay. It's okay. I think a lot of us beat ourselves up when we're having trouble with our mental health because, I should be strong enough to handle this. I should be able to take care of myself. This shouldn't be an issue. Why can I not get up and do the dishes? Why can I not do the laundry? I want to do the laundry. I want to get up and get off the couch and do the laundry, but I can't. My body is literally paralyzed from doing those things. It's okay to struggle with those things. I'm 39. I was diagnosed at 39. I'm 43. I was diagnosed at 39 years old with severe ADHD. I'm 43 years old. I am not medicated. I do not take medication for anything. I know a lot of people think I should be medication. Y'all can kick rocks. Maybe I should be medicated. I won't be. I have a crazy disease. I have not relapsed in 8 years. A lot of people that have my disease that are on medication do relapse. I unfortunately now have to say that I've been sick once in 8 years. Up until, well, 7.5 years. I'll be 8 years TTP free in September. And in that 7.5 years, I've never been sick up until this year. That took a toll on my mental health as well, because I really thought that I was doing all the right things. I eat well, I exercise, I try to maintain my relationships, I take my vitamins, I do all the things I'm supposed to do. I have a dog, I pet my animals, I take care of my children, I spend a lot of time with them. Um, you can have a perfect life and still have a fucked up head, you know. And and that's okay. Um, yeah, you know what, Mallory, you're right. Society has absolutely brainwashed us into thinking rest or a bad day means we aren't doing our best. I very much have that. I think that comes from the generation that we grew up in as well. My grandmother came from the generation where if you're home from school or you're not working, or you can find something to do for 8 hours a day. You can create a work day if you're not working. um, yeah, I get that, but also it kind of played into my adult brain because I very much do not feel accomplished when I sit on the couch. I know my body needs it. I know my body needs it. I know I need rest. I know I need recovery. Doesn't always happen. I have a brain that goes 24 hours a day, and I have a body that goes 20 hours a day. And that 4 hours where my brain is going and my body isn't, very difficult. Um, Again, I'm lucky that I have the support that I do. For a long time, I was doing these things on my own. I was maintaining myself on my own. Ronald, you can't be knocking things off the table, buddy. So, some things I still, even though I don't have to struggle alone, there are support systems. I have people I can reach out to. I still sometimes do struggle on my own, you know, because part of the struggle is feeling like a burden or getting the anxiety that people just don't want to deal with your crap. They just don't want to deal with your bullshit. And I promise you, there's people out there that a million times over will pick up the phone, even if every single day you're having is a bad day. There are people out there. Um, I'm fortunate to have a couple of them in my life, and I try to be that person. I haven't been lately. I can willingly say that I have not been lately. I have not been sending messages back. I have not been answering the phone. I have not been calling people back. I'm struggling. I'm struggling very hard. Um, I'm trying to maintain those appearances. I'm trying to maintain those friendships. I'm trying to maintain being there. I am one person, and I work with hundreds of people. I build relationships and I build friendships, and I try to maintain all of them. It gets overwhelming. It can be difficult to try and maintain all of them. I love every single person I have a relationship with. I'm grateful that every one of you is in my life because every one of you adds value to my life. I hope I do the same. I hope I do the same for everybody that adds value into my life and everybody that I call a friend. I know I haven't lately. I'm sorry for that. And I am really sorry. For a few things, I'm sorry that I haven't been working to my best potential. I'm sorry that I haven't messaged people back. I'm sorry that there's people waiting on me for dates and shows and stuff like that. Some of you, if you do see this, please reach out and message me again. There are some messages that have been lost in my messenger. I have gone back as far as my birthday. I don't know if there's any messages previous to that. Um, right, right shortly out. My birthday was February 25th. Um, so the weekend after that, February 28th, is when I got really sick, and that's when I kind of fell off the wagon with working and messaging people back. And um, I posted a couple of times that I am struggling, that I'm having a hard time getting back to being social. Um, yeah, Mallory, you're right. We do need to give ourselves that grace. Um, Mallory Melanson has been popping in the chat, and she's been adding some fantastic, fantastic narrative to the things that I'm saying. Got to remind ourselves that we should give ourselves the kindness and encouragement that we give to others, and that's hard. It is hard. It's very hard. And it's okay to struggle. We don't got to beat ourselves down more than we already are. Yeah. I think it's a conditioning thing. I think you're right. It's brainwashing thing. We've been brainwashed to condition that if we're not struggling, then we're not doing okay. Um, our economy doesn't help right now. We were all already struggling when 2020 happened, and the grocery struggle, the gas struggle, the I call it greed. Lots of other people call it inflation. I call it greed. The struggle of greed. None of those things are getting any better, which makes the already fight harder. There's people that are working in all of our corners to try and make these things better. There are people out there that we can reach out to. Justin, um, yeah, you know what? You're right. I thank you for that, Justin. I appreciate that you love me and that there's a lot of people out there that love me. And I love all of you guys very much. Justin Weaver is Hardcore Warrior for anybody that's in the chat that doesn't know. And he's been very vocal about his journey on Facebook through his music career and his family and his mental health and his daughter. Um, Justin's been one of the biggest supports that I've had out there. I did see that you messaged me the other day, Justin. I'm sorry I didn't message you back. I did see it. I think I did love the comment. If I didn't, I meant to. Um, it's difficult. That's the struggle right there because I see the messages come in. I pull my drop screen and I'll see a message and I'll be like, oh, dude, that's so sweet. And I really love you and I really appreciate you and everything. And then, I'll message you as soon as I sit down because I like to sit and message people when I have the time to be able to message back. And I don't always have the time to message back. And then sometimes I'll forget to message in general. Justin, actually, you being in here is a heavy reminder that I have to give a shout out and an apology and a lot of love to one of the promoters that we work with here in Niagara, in the region, Sue-Ann Chimay. She owns Up Yours Productions, and she's been amazing to work with over the years. She's got one of the biggest hearts I've ever seen. Amazing woman, amazing promoter, great friend. Um, I've fallen right out of the loop in the circle with her. And over anybody that I've had to give apologies to, Sue-Ann probably deserves it more than anybody. I've had to spend a lot of time apologizing to people because of my mental health and because of the state that I'm in. Sometimes, it makes it difficult. And I love Sue-Ann a lot. She's been there for me over the years. We've thrown a lot of good parties together. We've worked really hard together to throw some fucking great shows. And I feel like I'm hugely at fault for this, but Sue-Ann and I have not worked together in a little while, and it's been difficult not talking. It's my head, it's my mental health, and I'm not as as uncomfortable and as hard as this is, and as nerve-wracking as this is. Doing this, I'm not afraid to put all of this out there because there's not a lot of people that do. There's a lot of us that do struggle, and the support systems that our province and government have put in place. Sure, there's support systems out there, but they're not nearly what everybody needs. The load of mental health that's going on right now versus the system that carries it is just too overwhelming. Part of the reason why I'm doing this, we need to be there for each other. We need to take care of each other. Those of us that are struggling, and I'm saying this more to myself than anything, those of us that are struggling, there's people out there that love us. There's people out there that want to help us. And sometimes the hard part is picking up the phone, and that's it. Sometimes it's the fear of picking up the phone. Sometimes it's not the fear of talking to somebody. People reach out to us because they want to help us, not because we're a burden or we're, difficult to deal with, or there's always something wrong, or, there's people out there that want to help us, and we need to answer the phone. We need to shoot back that text. We need to give ourselves a hug. We need to give ourselves grace. We need to let people be there for us. I know part of having a hard time with people being there for me is I've been so independent for so long. I struggled in my childhood and had to do it on my own. I was babysitting and raising my sisters by the time I was 9 years old. Um, love, love my mom. My mom did what she could. Um, Single mom working her ass off, and she had her own struggles. She had difficulties creating examples for us, because she didn't know what kind of examples she was looking for. She didn't have those examples, so it made it hard. It's kind of like the trickle down theory. um, I spent a million years going through hard relationships because I had never seen what a good relationship was. And now I have a good relationship and it's fucking terrifying, you know? It's wonderful. It is wonderful. It feels good to actually be taken care of and to have somebody that loves you. But equally terrifying because I had never seen that before and I had to decide what it was that made it wonderful for me. Not go by the paradigms that other people taught me or the things that I had seen. Um, I had to create that for myself. I had to decide what it was that was good for me and then go from there. Um, Amanda, eh, I know we're not supposed to apologize for going through these things, but you know, I've just survived for a long time and I want to live again, and I know you know that. I know you know that feeling, Amanda. Um, you're one of my oldest friends. You and I, and we're still here for each other. You and I are a prime example that there are people out there that's here for each other. Um, thank you, my great love and miss you. I love and miss you guys. I do love and miss you guys. It's wonderful to hear from you. Universe showing the support that I'm telling everybody else that we do need, and the grace that we need to give ourselves. The universe is literally giving that to me right now while I'm talking to you guys and putting this on the table. Um, I'm really glad that I did this. I'm really happy to go online. Thanks, Jeff. I appreciate it very much, and I'm sending love to you back. And I hope Emperor was a blast last night. I see that the entire metal community was there, and I'm sorry I missed it. Um, with me not having a car, I haven't been doing as many shows as I used to. I will be back in the loop soon in the mosh pits. I miss the pits, guys. I really do. Um, Taking care of myself is most important. And if I don't take care of myself, I can't take care of my kids. If I don't take care of myself, I can't continue to be putting on shows. I can't continue with the metal market. We can't do the podcast anymore. If I'm not up to par, a lot of these things don't happen. It's uh, it's a difficult one, It's catch-22. I want to do everything. I want to do all the shows. I want to do the podcasting. I want to be able to be in all the mosh pits. I want to do the interviewing. I want to do everything. I want to do it all. The reality is I can't. I don't have the capacity like I used to. Um, I can't go 20 hours a day like I used to. I love you, Aunt Wanda. You're a huge reason why I go and do exactly how I go and do. You have been a huge fuel, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Janice. Thank you very much. I'm glad that there's people out there that have understanding for the things that we go through. I'm really glad I did this. I was only supposed to be here for 20 minutes to pop in and apologize that Aaron and I canceled this morning for the radio show. And I've been here for 45 minutes, just kind of talking and spewing about mental health and the things that we go through. And the future of Sofa City Sounds and stuff like that. Like I said, we're not going anywhere. We're structuring different because we want to be able to bring you all the best and all the things that we're capable of doing. I also want to write another book. We have Sofa City Volume 1, Volume 2, and Volume 3. We should have 4, 5, and 6 out by now. It's been a couple of years. This year is 3 years since I put out a Sofa City Sounds. And I need that time. I need that time to be able to write and to connect with you guys and connect with the musicians like I do when I'm writing books. We're doing conventions now too, on top of all of this, because I don't have too much on my plate as it is. But we do conventions now since we opened the Sofa City Sound store. We have Comic-Con coming up, and we do Frightmare, and we need to prepare for those and have room for the store too. The store is a safe space. I should make sure that I put this out there. The store is a safe space. It's a flea market booth at the flea market in St. Catharines at 46 Turner Crescent. I'm in the main building, booth 54 and 55. Come and hang out. You don't have to buy anything. Come and hang out. Come say hi. Come down for a hug. You want to chat? You're not feeling yourself? I've made it a safe space. I want people to be able to come in and feel good and, purchase the things that they want. And we try to keep everything affordable. We do negotiate price. We will bundle things for you. We will package deal. Pay what you can be a thing on some of the things in the store, because we do struggle, and the economy's shit right now. But we all do want a little, a little material piece of happiness. Unfortunately, that is the way society is, and that's okay. It's okay that we want that little material piece of dopamine. I live on dopamine shots with my ADHD and being unmedicated, so I get it. And again, like I said, I've been a little bit all over the place, and having this sit down, I didn't write anything down. I never do. Sofa City's never been structured with the things that we talk about. Hey babies, hey puppies. Yeah, Sofa City's never been structured in the things that we talk about. So I apologize for bouncing all over the place. Sometimes I think I'm most comfortable just bouncing all over the place. I don't have to focus on one thing. Sometimes focus can be scary. Yeah, so that's it, guys. I'm having difficulty messaging people back, but my inbox is open. If you need to vent, if you need to struggle, if you just want to say hi, if you're having a struggle, pardon me, nobody needs to struggle. If you want to have a vent, if you just want to chat, if don't hesitate to say what you're thinking in my inbox. I will do my best to get back to everybody as I can, and when I can. My home and my health and my kids obviously come first. But there's a lot of you out there that are there for support for me and have never hesitated or anything like that. And I want to extend that same to everybody else. So if if you need somebody, don't hesitate to reach out. I think Ontario now has a 3-digit number. I think it's 988 that we can call if we're struggling for reaching out for somebody to talk to. So don't hesitate on that either. Oh, my voice is starting to go. So I think we're going to end it here. I might do this again. Let me know what you think, and if it's something that you guys enjoyed listening to. I definitely do it again. It's a little weird talking to the screen instead of talking to a person, but maybe one of you guys wants to come on and talk about it. I'd be down for that. I'd totally be down for that. If there's anybody that wants to come on the show and talk about it, we certainly can. So on that note, what's going on with Sofa City right now, our schedule is Comic-Con, June 5th, 6th, and 7th. Then we have Mayhem Metal Market, July 18th. We have Mayhem Metal Market at the Rock Pile on August 22nd in Toronto. We have a couple other things coming up. We will announce them in time. I will be at Ryfield. I will be doing the Ryfield Festival. I do it every year. They are stuck with me now. I will be coming after your pockets. The more money I take from you, the more money that we get to give to the bands. We work, all of us work super fucking hard to do what we do in this industry, and we all love everything that we do. I love everybody I work with. I love all of you a lot. I don't throw that word around loosely. I've said I love you to hundreds of people for the last time. So if I say it, I mean it. I really do love the people that are in our industry, that are in my circle, my metal family. My metal family has saved my life over and over again. Over and over again. My metal family has saved my life. I don't know what I would do without a lot of you. So I'm grateful for you, and all of you that have been out there for me. Thank you. I appreciate it. The support has been amazing. To those of you that either are waiting on a message from me or I've missed your message, message me back. Give me a little bit more time. I will go through my messages again this week, and I'll go back a bit further than my birthday. Maybe I'll go back to the beginning of February and see if there's anything I'm missing from there. I love you guys a lot, and I'll see you in the pit.